this. I'm used to talking to 3 people and they don't listen to me. I want to thank you for being here on behalf of Paul, Jana, and the Ryan family. We are so humbled and appreciative of your support. Tobin, my husband, and I live in Janesville, Wisconsin, with our 2 children, Murray and Mac, and we live 2 blocks from where Tobin grew up. When Tobin and I got married, I did not imagine I was going to be a cheesehead. I am, and I love being a cheesehead. But we came back to Wisconsin in '98 to work on the campaign for Paul when he first ran for Congress. Tobin worked on the coalitions. I focused on the headquarters, worked with volunteers, and our daughter Murray, who was 5 months, was in charge with the campaign dog so we wouldn't fight the mailman. I remember when Tobin told me that I'd be living with my mother-in-law for 5 months. I said, "You owe me." After living with Betty and being with the Ryan family, at the end of that time, I told Tobin I owed him. I remember Paul back then at 27, and he struck me as one of the most earnest and optimistic persons I had ever met. He still strikes me as that. Paul, 14 years later, who was nominated by Time to be Person of the Year, my daughter reminds me, after the Duchess of York. Chairman of the House Budget Committee, and Mitt Romney's running mate, is still the most earnest and optimistic person I know. Why are you doing this? He said, "I love Wisconsin, and I think I can do a great job for the first district of Wisconsin, and represent their beliefs in Washington." Yep. He struck me as someone who was very concerned to make sure that he was going to be a competent leader. And I believe we need more competency in Washington, D.C. And I think that's why Mitt Romney picked him. He didn't pick him because he was a savvy politician. He picked Paul because he's one of the most courageous, caring, and competent leaders of our time. It was in a rally with Waukesha, and it was a big deal for us. I was kind of nervous. I got the whole family dressed up. We were probably overdressed for a rally. And we got to go back and meet him after the rally. And I was expecting the normal handshake, the hello, the quick introduction. It's not what I got. He spent time asking us about our life. He asked my son Mac about what sports he liked, what he was thinking about being in 7th grade. I won't repeat it. He asked my daughter, she told me she was going to be a freshman in high school. He asked me about my work, where I went to school, and the same with my husband. I remember walking away from that day thinking of something that a mentor and a friend once told me. That person said, "Okay, there are 2 types of people in this world. There are people who want to be interesting, and there are people who are interested." Mitt Romney was less worried about being interesting and more interested in us. And that's what I loved about it. Murray, our daughter, is 14, going on 25. And I tell her, "Murray, the guys that are going to sweep you off your feet on your first date are interesting. The guy you're going to marry is interesting. This is about a partnership and a marriage. This is about our future, and that's why I'm so excited about Mitt Romney and Paul." love the motorcade when they can be in it, and my son wants to be a Secret Service agent. For Tobin and myself, what has changed is this. When we helped Paul in '98, we did it because we loved Paul. We still love Paul. But today, we are on this campaign for our country and our children. I say to myself every day, and I say it before I came up here, not on this mom's watch are we going to continue to pile trillions of dollars of debt on our children. Not on this mom's watch are we going to have our kids think it's not worth going to school because there aren't any more jobs. Are we going to let our 20-somethings be called the screwed generation? As a mom, as a parent, I will not accept that this is the new normal. We can unite against the common enemy of a diminished future for our children. We can have a shared purpose of regaining our economic strength and reclaiming the children for our future, the future for our children. We can do that. We can take back this country. And the first thing we have to do is elect Mitt Romney and